Hello, everybody. We're in 2023 and welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. Thank you so much for being here. And today, new year, new business, new strategies, but we're still going to be making money. And we're going to talk about this and so much more tonight. So please stay tuned. Stop struggling now, gear. Check. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. And once again, is it going to be a hot start this year in any of the markets? Or is it going to be slow as we go? But it will not matter because bottom line is financial freedom plan has to start every year. You have to assess whether it's the beginning of the year, middle of the year, end of the year, or every month. It depends on your financial freedom paper plan. All right, let me see who's in the house tonight because I'm gonna show something early tonight, which I wasn't gonna talk about, but I'm gonna have to. All right, here we are. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream 2023. Laverne Penix with the icon next to his name, and he's also known as Mr. Cool in these parts in 2022, 2023. We're still rolling with it, and he brings one of his taglines. Hello, SSN Nation. I hope all is well with everyone. Let's make some money. I received a notification and the trailer. Thank you so much for mentioning that. I keep forgetting. If you saw the notification, or shall I say, if you received the notification and saw the trailer, please let us know. That's one person. Let's see if we can break the record tonight for 2023. 100% trues in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. Thank you so much for being here. And hi there to you as well. Very, very nice to see you once again. Victor Marrero's in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Making Monday live stream with the icon next to his name. And he brings one of two taglines this evening. He says, hello, all. Let's do this. That's what we're going to do. We still have to talk about this. It's 2023, day 2. What are we going to do, ladies and gentlemen? We're going to keep making plans. All right. Kel Slater is in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. And he says, E-Money, where's the link for IX Global? All right. I don't have IX Global down there, but let me show you where this link is. Let me get a link for you, Kel Slater. I don't know what I put down there today. That's interesting. There has to be something down below. That means I forgot about it. Here we go. I will do it this. Whoa, that's not what I'm looking for. Kel Slater, here is the link for you. Thank you for mentioning this. He's talking about debt box nodes, ladies and gentlemen. We might have to talk about that a little bit later. But thank you so much, Kel Slater. There's the link for you in the chat room. And it's very nice to see you once again. 100% true. I'm here for the stories. Oh, true. All right. We have a few. I don't know if we'll get into any tonight, but thank you so much for mentioning that. Curtis Davis, welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream for 2023 with the icon next to your name. And he says his tagline, good evening, SSN family. ABMM, everybody on podcast. ABMM stands for always be making money while you sleep, while you're on vacation, while you're at your work, while you're working out. It doesn't matter 24 hours a day as long as you're not handling the work to produce the revenue or the income. That's what we want, ladies and gentlemen. And the older you get, let's just face facts. You start moving a little bit slower. You may not want to get up. Now you have choices as you get older, when you want to wake up, where you want to go, and you might have a little bit in the bank. That's what we're trying to get you, your freedom papers. And Curtis Davis is also known as Mr. Financial in these parts. And Mr. Financial is known on YouTube as Chili Davis with 2 L's. Chilly Davis. Go check out his channel, because let's just call it what it is. I'll just call it right now. The first month, this month, January 2023, is going to be a wild ride for the stock market, wild ride for real estate, wild ride for all the financial markets. Banks going to be acting crazy all over the world. It just won't be in America only. So again, go check out Chili Davis, because he gives financial information, updates throughout the day and evening and night. You just never know when he's going to drop some gems and helpful information. So go over there, Chili Davis, and subscribe to his channel. Click the all notification bell, because you know these guys are light on the notification these days for subscribers. All right. So are the deep discounted assets coming Q1? Kel Slater, no, not Q1. Actually, you're going to have to pick and choose the gems along the way. But the big one is the house. That's the one we're looking for. We're waiting for that to drop down. Now, as far as liabilities go, those will be on sale for days. Boats, cars, motorcycles, RVs, those will be cheap as hell. But asset discounts, as in gold, silver, if you consider those assets, those have already been down for the last 3-4 years. Can't get any worse. And then when we start talking about other assets such as stocks, well, 70%, 75% of all stocks are down. So you can't get any better than that. So you got to get back in the stock market sooner or later. When's a good time? Well, it's pretty much whenever you feel it's a good time, because it could be now. So yes, it's gonna happen. That discounts are already in the making, but we really want that big one, ladies and gentlemen, because why do we want the big one? Well, you guys might not look at it the same way I do, but the reason why I look at homes as the big one is because they appreciate faster than other asset classes generally. So if you're able to, and the amount that you're getting it for without putting in the money. So in other words, if I'm going to buy stocks, most of the time you're going to have to use your money, right? Sure, people can borrow and all that, but that's high risk. That doesn't make any sense. So when you buy a house, you can put 10% down after July. All right. You'll be able to start putting 10% down. So if somebody says you can buy a $300,000 house and put $30,000 down, then the rest is IOU. Well, it's a liability anyhow. So who cares? That's $30,000. But at the same time, you put $30,000 into the stock market where a stock is down 30, 40, 50, 60%. And then that thing rises not 30, 40, 50, 60%, but all it takes is 100% of the new stock price. That's the only way you're going to double. But if I buy a house for $300,000 and I put down $30,000, and in a year and a half, the house goes up to $500,000, that's $200,000 in equity that you can tap into and then go buy other assets. Now, in order to put $30,000 down in the stock market and a year and a half, 2 years later, it be worth $200,000, that's pretty slim. That's not going to happen generally. So all I'm saying is there's certain markets that you can be in where it's going to improve so rapidly that you can win. Appreciate it, brother. Thank you so much, Kel Slater. Maria Barnes is in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. Thank you so much for being here. And She brings her tagline. Hello, Eric and SSN family. How is everyone doing? I got the notification and trailer. Thank you so much for letting me know. That's two people, ladies and gentlemen. And the second person is AKA Mrs. Cool is in the house. Thank you so much. Happy New Year, Mr. and Mrs. Cool and everyone else. I said it before and I'll say it again. This year is going to be a wild ride. Victor Marrero says, we will see a pump at the stock market tomorrow once they open. I think we'll see a mini pump, but we still have a long way to go. Victor Marrero, in fact, I already have this up because I was thinking somewhat of the same thing until I saw the futures. I couldn't believe it. I was like, wait, what is this? This is like negative. Look at this. SpaceX looking for some more money, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this right here. It's only a small amount. This is red. These are the futures that's going to actually come out tomorrow. This is going to be very interesting. And there's no way to predict what's going to happen. But my prediction is, here's the thing. It could pump tomorrow because the markets, when we start talking about stocks, we have a situation. The situation is this. Why would somebody buy stocks if companies aren't meeting their forecast? So Tesla, they missed that said that they're going to sell in the system. My is not that here, but anyhow, the everybody could be missing. What I mean is missing their forecast. So the Christmas sales could be off. The stocks and companies year over years could be off. So I think it's still going to be a wild ride. And I'm not one to think that they can hide the amount of money that's not going into major corporations' purchases by ordinary citizens. You can only borrow so much. The all-time record highs for borrowing money. That's ridiculous. All right, question. What's the average profit per door in USA on a rental property net after all expenses? Kel Slater, I can't answer that. There's no way to know. It all depends on what market you're in. There's no way to figure profit. Profit is not a known quantity. You could say when you buy, like, I'll give you an example. When I used to deal in multifamilies, generally it was common, we'd say $10,000 per door, right? Now all of a sudden, this is what you're buying it for, not your answer for profit, because there is no way to figure profit. If somebody tells you that they made $500,000 in revenue, they'll just slash 50% off in expenses. All right, this is the general rule. Just take 50% off, and then what I do is I would still take another 10 to 15% below that number. That'll probably be a roundabout figure for an NOI. But there's no way to figure the profit because every piece of property is different. I'll give you an example. When I bought something in the Midwest, Indiana, Ohio, and they were multi-families, guys, in the Midwest, they have their boilers for all government water heating is generally or used to be in the ground. So now these buildings are 40 years old, 30 years old. That thing in the ground for 30, 40 years. 9 times out of 10 needed replacement. Literally. That's not cheap. But that's one of the reasons the person is selling it, because they know any day now, any month now, any year now, that they're going to have to come up with some sort of ridiculous expense. 50, 60, $75,000. So again, there's a big profit per door is what I'm trying to get at. There's just you can't do that. There's no such thing. If somebody tells you there is, every property is different. If somebody tells you that there's an average profit per door, I would probably look at them sideways, because there's no way you can do this profit wise, and there's no way you can figure out revenues either. Every market every city, county, state has different rental rates. So just because I spend $4 million in Texas and I get less per door as we're talking, meanwhile I can spend $4 million in California, I won't even have a fourth of the property, fourth of the units or doors, but $1,800, $2,200 per month. But which one's going to make more money profit wise? Unless you know that. So just keep that in mind. Hopefully that helps out. I wish I had your energy at your age. 100% true. Hey, man, you know what it is? I'm going to tell you guys the secrets to life. One of the secrets, have fun, right? Look, serious. You guys think I'm joking half the time, but there's one thing that's very serious here. When you're younger and you're out here staying up late, partying all the time, eating, drinking, doing all this, if you're not taking care of yourself when you're younger through till you get older, then you're going to have, in my opinion, a harder time when you get older. But the key is this, though. If you're lucky enough to be 25, 30, 35, 40, if you're lucky enough to be able to wake up when you want to at an earlier age and do whatever you want to without the stress, because stress has something to do with it. Most people don't realize I look at stress a different way. Exactly. I look at stress a certain way. So, for instance, you're sound asleep. Some people were off work today, but you're going to be going. To me, when you are already thinking right now, you're looking at going, "Hey, wait a minute, I got to get up and be at work at 7 a.m. It takes me 20, 30 minutes to get to work. And I got to get my shower, get some breakfast, maybe something to eat. So I got to wake up 6:45, something like that." So now you're already registering. Stress has already kicked in. You're already sitting there going, okay, it's 9 o'clock. I'm going to get 6 hours sleep, 7 hours sleep. So you're already preparing. You're sitting there going, okay, this is what I'm going to wear tomorrow, whatever. So that is actually stress, but most people don't look at it that way. I look at it that way. So if you don't have to worry about any of that, and you can wake up whenever you want or go to bed whenever you want to, that alleviates a whole lot of stress. So the sooner you can do that, then the better you're going to feel, is my philosophy. And so, like I said, lucky enough, I've been able to do pretty much that for a long, long time. And so therefore, I'm a little different in that case. And then it also helps when you have health products and you take care of what you put inside your body as well. And that matters a little bit. So all natural organics, I've been eating that I'll put it to you this way, 20 years. All right. I've been organics, less sugar intakes, because sugar is bad for you. Number one killer on all fronts. Medicinal, like teas. Like, I'll give you guys a simple thing here. Do you guys go do your research on something? For instance, this is another for instance. About an hour before you go to bed, think about getting some hot water. That's right, hot water. All right, not out. Okay, first of all, not out of the tap. I'm just gonna say, tap water has chlorine or fluoride in it. Another thing, fluoride's bad for you, ladies and gentlemen. All right? That does not help you. It makes you sick. It makes your body sick. It rottens your teeth. It does a whole bunch of things. All right? Um, Messes up with your neurological impulse. It's a bad thing. So fluoride, you should not have fluoride toothpaste, for instance, right? So all I'm saying is certain things that you just before you go to bed, 4 ounces, just get yourself some hot water before you go to bed. All right. That right there will change certain chemical reactions in your body while sleeping. You should have a good night's sleep. There's just little things like this that helps out. So anyhow, thank you so much, True. Appreciate it. Victor, Curtis Davis says it. Victor, yes, the fake pump. It's happening. All right. Here we are. Victor Marrero says 2023 high yield savings account recommendation to park your emergency funds. Wealthfront savings 3.8. Yes. Bass Bank savings 4%. Did the research. Both safe and insured by FDIC. Yes. Wealthfront. Victor Marrero has mentioned Wealthfront. Thank you so much for mentioning that, because Wealthfront also does double duty. And I'm going to put a link to Wealthfront right now. It does double duty, but it's double duty. They actually work similar to a mutual fund. If you put in $500 or more, up to $5,000, they manage your money for free. As soon as you go over $5,000, then they start charging you a fee. All right. So I'm going to put a Wealthfront link in case anybody wants to check them out. And thank you for mentioning that, Victor Marrero. But there it is. Victor Marrero's lining everything up this year. He's taken his on Friday, I believe it was, or was it Wednesday? That Wealthfront link didn't work out too well, did it? I'm going to have to do something about that. All right. So the Wealthfront links, on Wednesday, Victor Marrero dropped some stocks, growth stocks, by the way, that are giving anywhere from 2 to 5%. And there were some well-known stocks. Let's just call it what it is: Procter's and Gamble's, and Texas Instruments, and Apple, and Amazon. All these guys, right? So they were very, very basically Forbes 500 best company list, pretty much. So that's another way to do it. Kel Slater, appreciate it. A guy was telling me $350 monthly in USA after all expenses, vacancy, and management. Kel Slater, I would not go by that, because again, you're going to have to do this. If you're going to use his information, then you're going to have to ask him what city, not only what city, but I need the address to the property of where he's talking. He's getting this $350 monthly profit from, because it all depends, and we need to know what the rating is for the property. Is it an A class, B class, C class? We need to know what the place looks like. If it's rehabbed where it looks good and looks nice, or if it's just in a rundown type of apartment complex. All these little variables matter, and there's no way that somebody can specifically say $350 monthly. He could say for himself he's earning $350 monthly profit, but again, that doesn't mean the next project or duplex or whatever the guy has, multifamily, that's even next door, produces the same amount. There's just no way to know that. So I'd be very, very cautious if somebody says, I have a property in Cleveland, Ohio, and I have profit of $350. I'm like, hold on a second. Per door. I'd be like, well, okay, that's nice, but that doesn't help me. I need a lot more information. And even then, there's no way to duplicate. Nobody can say, I'll put it this way, Kel Slater. We could all say, whoever has a 50-unit apartment, you can take a 50-unit apartment in the East Coast, right? Go up from Virginia, Georgia, North Carolina, doesn't matter, Pennsylvania, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, all 50 unit apartments will give a different profit number, each one of them. Nobody's going to be the same. So there's no way to know for sure. I'm just letting you know. So don't get caught up into somebody telling you they get 350 monthly, then you turn around and buy something and then you're like, "Wait, how come I'm not getting 350 monthly?" There's a reason. All right? Just be very careful. And also, there's a certain thing such as raising your rental rate. So once again, what you're going to do then? So there's places that have almost doubled rent in the last 3 years. Not every landlord is that ruthless. Some landlords will sit there and say, "Okay, you've been here for 5 years or whatever. I'll just raise your rent 10% or 3% or 5%." Others, $1,200 a month, and all of a sudden it's $1,500. So then you would have a higher per door number, right? So again, there's too many variables for anybody to say this is how much you're going to get if you buy something in a certain market. All right. So I'm going to start something off. I want to say once again, for all the winners, everybody who's buying property in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic, everybody who bought inside Vista Cana, which was roughly nearly 30 people here in the SSN Nation, Vista Cana, Punta Cana, Dominican Republic, no credit check qualifying, no barrier to entry because it's pre-construction in case you just joined us. Now, here's the thing. Check this out. I'm just going to let you guys know. I don't really know what the circumstance is for this, but if you know Vista Cana, they have a fishing lake, which is a freshwater lake next to the saltwater lake, and having a fishing club on one of the little islands, the man-made islands that they have inside the fishing lake. All right. That was supposed to be the fishing club, as far as I remember. Now, they could change things, but I want to show you guys something. That fishing club area, well, they've actually done it. I'm just going to panorama. Check it out. Let's go. This is pretty awesome. I'm at them. Out. Having delays, I see. All right. Let's see if we can get this. Doesn't show. Oh, doesn't want to show. Hey, if I'm missing in action, that just means we're having some gremlins. That means I got to do something in the background here. But we're trying to get this video. Let's see if we can get it happen. What's going on? All right. Well, I'm gonna start way too many windows open, probably. And then if we can't get to it, here we go. We're gonna have to get computer systems or go get another computer because I can't deal with these little delays. I'm gonna try and play this again, but it's not allowing me to play. So let me know if you guys saw any of that. Here we go. We're gonna try it again. working. I see this is not. All right. Here's what I'm going to do. The new year, the new way. It's okay. We always will figure it out. I'm happy you. Well, it won't matter. We'll get to it shortly. They actually have like little balcony, little walking area on the island. They had a little pontoon boat, which I don't show when it's over, which is pretty awesome. So once again, everybody who purchased that Vista condo, it looks like it's going to be upscale. I saw this. You guys are on and easy. Understand. I want to show you guys what's happening because you can still buy you still have pre-construction properties. It's still being built in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. No qualify. And I want to say one thing now that I'm thinking about it. For everybody to delay, like I know it has like 2024. Actually, yes, I was wondering when that was going to happen, ladies and gentlemen, because we're having something going on in the background here. And look who else is in the house in the new year. Professor Auntie Val is in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. Thank you so much for being here. And she brings her tagline, good evening, fam, with the heart, with the strength and the support. Pray for Darmar. Actually, again, some late breaking news. I don't know who Darmar is, and I don't know what happened. So once again, I'm hoping nothing bad has happened around the world once again. So somebody please let me know. Now, let me know if you guys did see that video. I'm going to try it again. Let's see. Maybe gremlins shook themselves out. Let's go again. Let me know what you guys think of this. If it's and let me know if it's playing for you guys, because I'm having all kind of issues with the. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that one played a little bit better. I saw it myself on this end. Now we're doing okay. So once again, the little island inside Vista Cana is where this little clubhouse is, or fishing club is. And they made it a little bit nicer than a fishing club, that's for sure. It looks like there was a pontoon boat there, as you saw. And again, I know for a fact people came out there on their little pontoon boat, came out, and then they partied out there. There's a band playing. That's right. This is going to get very, very interesting because remember, at Yak Lounge, you can also have bands over there as well. This could get interesting. And oh man, I don't know if I lived there, that would be very interesting. It's your own resort, your own clubhouses. This will be interesting. Very, very interesting. Let's see here. Who is this? Bills player collapsed. Wow, does not look good. Game suspended. Oh my. Really? Holy smokes. That's never a good sign when a player collapses. Man, because there's a person's body is a well-oiled machine. And when they collapse, that's a short circuit or worse. It's usually your body's shutting down to protect itself. And that usually means something happened. That's not good. That is really, really not good. We see the video, Eric. Pretty cool. Maria Barnes, thank you so much for letting me know because I tried it 3 or 4 times, but I couldn't tell if it was playing. I appreciate that. Wow. Well, I'm sorry to hear about that, Professor Auntie Val. That is not good. All right. So I wanted to show that, ladies and gentlemen, because everybody, if that is open to guest, which I don't know, it was Panorama showing it. So I don't know, but if it's on the island, that was supposed to be a fishing lake. That means it's open to everybody, I would assume. Again, this is unknown, but I think it's open to guests as well. And even though there's nothing really there, other than you can see there's probably going to be some seats there. There's probably, I don't know what else is there, but it's a little island that you can go out there. There's a clubhouse of some sort there. So it'd be kind of cool, I guess. And the fishing part, it's a catch and release. It's not where you can fish. It's a catch and release situation. Just letting everybody know. So again, this is shaping up to be one of the awesome looking projects. Upscale is what it looks like. So I want to know where the cigar lounge is going to be, if they're going to still have that commercial zone. And also, you may have noticed in the background that the Vista Cana Beach Club is also being built. Next year, this time, Vista Cana is going to be off the charts. It's going to be off the charts because a lot of projects are going to be built in phases, phase 1 and phase 2 throughout 2023. It's going to be awesome at the end of this year. So all I can say is congratulations, everybody inside Vista Cana. You're all winners based on asset, based on rental values. Because I know as soon as people start seeing these videos, when people actually go there and stay there, and Yak Lounge is there, restaurants there, the Vista Cana Beach Club is there, Panorama is built with all their restaurants and fitness centers and pools and all that, it's going to be off the charts. Panorama Luxury right there on the water with their atriums up top, it's going to be off the charts. So exciting, but we still have a year to go. Well, not really, but it's going to be about a year and a half for the first projects to be almost finished to make it look like a city and lots of people walking around. So this time next year, we should find out what's going to happen at Vista Cana. And for that matter, in some of the other projects as well, downtown. It's going to be very interesting. The beach, what's going to happen with, well, half of the beach anyhow. So we're going to find out. It's going to be very, very interesting. All right. So I lost my train of thought, except for one other thing. New business. Okay, here's something that's quite disturbing. Well, I don't know if it's disturbing. I'm just saying it's disturbing because look at this. Can you believe this right here? Canada is banning some foreigners from buying property after home prices surge. Now, I want you guys to remember something. Home prices surged 2021, 2020, 2022. The law that came out just started now, January 1st, which I find very interesting because all central banks increased the interest rates. So, therefore, housing prices have been dropping in Canada. So, this little law right here, I think it's smoke and mirrors. I'm going to tell you why I think it's smoke and mirrors. Because what they're trying to do is, effective January 1st, essentially fire properties that's for 2 years. And they're saying, okay, it's 2 years. So what? The law was, they're going to reduce the interest rate down to 3.5 or 4% in about 2 years. So I don't understand what this is really doing. I mean, it's not like an individual should go buy a house now and then pay the 9%, 8.5% interest rate. That at a high price, that's ridiculous. So by the time the prices come back down and this little 2 years passes, people will be able to jump back in with all time. They'll be back to the 3.5, 4.5% interest rates. And so I don't understand what they're doing, but okay, they're trying something, I guess. Now, the desirability of Canadian homes is attracting profiteers, wealthy corporations, and foreign investors. All right, said the campaign website of Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. Party last year. All right, again, this is all smoke and mirrors, is all I'm going to say. I'm going to tell you something right now. You guys know my point of view on this. Let's just get real. All right. I want these corporations to buy up all the frickin' property now. Get it while it's hot. The reason I say this, they don't have enough borrow power in order to buy up millions of homes. Sure, they can buy 2,000 homes, 250 homes, 500 homes because they're able to borrow billions of dollars. But they're not going to be able to borrow trillions. So after they buy up the homes, which is beautiful, I love it, let them buy them up because they're going to be building other homes. I'm just like, so ordinary citizens, why do we don't have to compete at all? They can go buy up all the homes right now. And as those homes become vacant, they're going to be the ones holding the bag for the taxes, the maintenance, the upkeep, the HOAs. When the AC unit goes out, when the roof leaks, they're going to have to pay for all that stuff. It's not a good business cycle. It's not a good business. Open Door, Redfin, Zillow, they all tried this nonsense. Now you have JP Morgan doing the $1 billion, which they've already spent 417 million of it and only bought 250 homes in the ATL. They spent 417 million on 250 homes. What kind of craziness is this? All I'm saying is let them borrow, let them do whatever. In the end, the market dictates what's going to happen. They don't get to dictate it. They can do it on a short-term basis. Sure, they can go buy up whole neighborhoods. But there's another neighborhood that's 2 miles over. They're going to buy up those 3,000 homes. Then the other neighborhood 2 miles over from there, they're going to buy up those 3,000 homes that's for sale. There's generally 5 or 6 million homes for sale as we speak in the United States. I don't know about in Canada, but we have the same problem here in the USA. I want these guys buying up everything. And people are saying, Eric, why? Because they're going to rent it out. I'm like, you don't have to rent from them. I mean, that's the whole point of this. This is why this is hilarious. You can always move. It's just that most people don't want to move because of jobs, but they don't also want to move out of their neighborhood that they're comfortable in, right? That's the problem. Most people aren't looking at it from a business standpoint, but again, you can't always look at it from a business standpoint. But for me, I'm like, let these guys buy up everything because they're borrowing. and they're borrowing at interest rates. This is just going to end badly. Won't be any different. They're not holding the paper. You guys have to understand, they're not holding the paper. Remember when I talked about derivatives? This is actually going to be something, strategies and still making money and all that. Tonight, it looks like I'm going to be doing a monologue, so to speak, because their strategy is to borrow money, buy homes. That's their strategy. How are they going to what's their exit strategy? As the home gets older, what's their exit strategy? So they're going to turn around and sell their piece of paper, their loan, because of the rent they have coming in. They're going to tell the person, hey, this house, I bought it for $400,000. It's worth $650,000. They're going to sell that paper to somebody else. So they won't care. But somebody else who's holding the paper after that, they're going to care. Just like right now with Open Door. They have thousands of homes and it's in Texas. Taxes are due. They owe about $10 million in taxes. And now they're trying to sell the homes, as I illustrated before, behind closed doors. They're not even putting their homes for sale on the MLS. They're trying to put it under their own Open Door website. So now, do you think people are going to go buy their homes from them? Hell no, everybody's on MLS. You can't even find them on Zillow, which is even more hilarious. Or Trulia or Redfin. They're blocking it off the system because they reduced the price. This is exactly what's going to happen. Just like Zillow, just like Redfin, they're going to have to sell the homes that are sitting there vacant because now they're losing money every month. So they're slashing the prices and don't even have the decency to put them on MLS. Trying to be under the radar, insider trading. So then this way, it won't affect the overall prices. At least that's what they're trying to do. That's why I told you guys before, let Redfin buy, let Zillow buy, let Open Door buy, let JP Morgan and them Haven Realty buy. Let all these guys, homes for rent, let them do their rent to own nonsense. Does not matter. There's enough homes for sale. People move 6-7 times in their lifetime. All right, so just keep that in mind. Robbie D Solutions is in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream, and it's the new year. Happy New Year. And he has the icon next to his name, and he brings his tagline, good evening, SSN Nation. Happy New Year. And also, in case you're new, this is also DJ Robbie D from Philly. He's in the house. All right. Let's go, Curtis at DJ Robbie D. Welcome back. Very, very nice to see you. He has the icon next to his name. That means he's a member of the channel. On Wednesday night, members of the channel are the only ones that can be in the chat room. Everybody else, you can't be in the chat room, but you can watch. Hopefully that helps out. And membership does have a little few privileges. All right. So I just had to show this disgusting thing about Canada sitting here trying to ban foreign corporations. It's not working out too well for these corporations. I will tell you, there's a track record. What do you think happened in 2008, 2009? They weren't buying homes, but were they? Yes, they were actually. They were buying the paper for the homes and then selling that paper worldwide. So they were all along buying homes. This ain't no different, except now instead of buying them on the back end, buying up the paper, they're actually buying them on the front end, which is more hazardous. Because at least with the paper, you can actually transfer it to somebody else. When you own an actual home, it's not like you can just say, hey, I just want to get rid of this home. You can't do that. If you're going to keep the home as your main asset, paper's better. Gives you flexibility. Because I can always tell somebody I have a $500,000 loan who will give me $150,000, $200,000 for it. I can always do that. But I can't buy a house and hold it and say $500,000. I'm going to give it away for $200,000. That won't work. That's basically what Open Door is having to do right now. So again, this isn't going to be good. I just want them to buy. Any thoughts on grants or SBA money to do GSA service contracts? I'm just going to put it this way. If it's a grant, I always recommend taking grants. SBA money and loans, okay, they could be low interest rates, 3% or something. That could be good. But I don't generally like taking loans to do business. The reason why is your business is fickle. You don't know for sure. You could have $300,000 a year coming in for 10 years. And all of a sudden, the next year is some disaster or economic downturn or what do we have? Pandemic. Next thing you know, you're almost out of business. And now you have this loan hanging over your head. So I don't really like doing any SBA type loans or anything like that. I generally like to get into businesses myself. And this is something that is something everybody should think about. How deep do you want to go negative when you start a business or get into a business? Or you already have an existing business, how deep do you want to go negative for borrowing? Repercussions come from if you can't pay it. Now your business won't be able to get loans anymore. So again, I don't really like getting loans against for businesses. So I'm just saying. I was speaking to a friend about grants, but with government, you need a track record to prove need fines. Yes, exactly. But it's okay. I like I say, I prefer grants. But if a lot of people don't mind doing SBA loans and doing all the USDAs and things like that, but I'm not really a fan, especially when, again, we're in times that you cannot predict a business. There's no way. Even Apple, I don't care who you are, Apple's, the Microsofts, everybody, you can't predict business year to year any longer. You can sit there and do projections all you want. But what comes in the door is a whole nother thing. And especially in the last 2 to 3 years, there's no way to predict what your profits are going to be. You're going to miss. There's no way to know if your revenues are going to be the same. So the economies around the world are not stable. So I don't recommend doing any loans against business entities unless you know for a fact you have it unless your company owns several different streams of revenue that's coming in and you could utilize that money for it. But traditionally, I don't recommend that. All right. Other people, somebody might say, hey, I like getting these SBA loans. Grants, go for those. But the SBA loan money, I would generally stay away from that. They're getting stricter as well. You guys see what's happening. They trying to catch people. First, it was the PPP. Now they come up with some other stuff. This is nothing more than traps that they're laying for you. You're signing documents with perjury consequences, jail consequences. And if anything looks crazy and you sign something, here they come. Again, I don't recommend doing any of this. This is why I never talked about the PPP. All right, let's go. Let's see. I was looking at GSA scheduled contracts with government. Yes, those are very nice. And the consultant suggests be in business 2 years with 200K revenue before any bids and a track record. He's exactly right. He's exactly right. He's exactly right. And quite frankly, 2 years, that's the minimum. He's right. 2 years gets you there. 200K. That's correct. 18K a month minimum in revenues. And have a track record and have everything, all the records. But quite frankly, 5 years, 300K is actually a little better. I'm just saying. But the contracts are nice. I think GSA means you were supply a private company with S-Widgets. Now you want to supply direct to government after 5 years. That's correct. It goes that way. Sometimes you don't make the same profit wise, but because it's government and they don't really care using the people's money, sometimes you make more profit with the government. It's crazy. And that's why a lot of people try to get these GSA contracts. Not all GSA contracts are the same either. All right. That's something to look into for 2023. Maybe I should delve into that arena and show you guys about these GSA contracts. It's open to everybody. Generally, everybody can qualify, but if they know you, once you do business once and they know you, it's easier to do it again and again. Just got to get your foot in the door. And there are several people making millions of dollars from GSA contracts. And Curtis Davis is about to say, state, federal, local. Yes, you can do it any level, state, federal, local, but the initial money will be your funds. Exactly. Not government free money in the long run. Exactly. That's exactly right. You got it exactly right. I dabbled with GSA a little bit a long time ago on the state level in California. And they had nice deals. Quick, easy, fast, 2-year contract. But it got a little hectic. Not really hectic. I shouldn't use that word. It got where more and more people were actually in it. So then it got harder to get the contract. And I don't know what it looks like now, quite frankly. But that's the way it goes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're 1 hour in. Please smash the like button. If you like what we're talking about, please subscribe to the channel. Click the all notification bell. That'd be greatly appreciated. All right. You know what it means. It's an hour in. Nothing's going to change, ladies and gentlemen. You know what that means. It means, you know what it really means is it's time for me to get some new SSN lifestyle stuff up for these little short videos. So we'll do one that is going to, no, I won't do that one. Okay, I know what I'll do. I'll do the land auction. Haven't played that one in a while.
Land. There's no better time to buy than now. And no easier way to buy it than at the big public land auction coming to a city near you. You bid, you win, you're a landowner.
We were maybe $3,000 less than what we expected to pay, so we're very happy. Very happy.
Very. We got a great deal for 2.5 acres of land.
Hundreds of parcels must be sold, from city lots to 10, 20, even 100-acre parcels. Now you can get clear titled land at auction prices. Call to register now to reserve your seat. It's free, and you get the complete auction catalog. You don't need to be a real estate expert to bid.
This is my first time, and it was so easy.
I love to work with them, and this is the first time I'm being here, but I'm planning to come back more and more and buy more properties.
Check out the properties you like. Look at maps online and at the auction. Do your homework, then attend the auction and win.
Great property. It was 5 acres, and I'm planning to do a lot with it, but I want to buy more properties now. That's why I'm here.
Land auction buying power means no middleman, no real estate commissions, and it's an auction, so you set the price.
I walked in and it was super simple.
You can get property 20%, 30% below retail value if you actually went there.
Down payments as low as $100, and Land Auction has easy financing available right at the auction.
Land auction financing was no problem whatsoever, sailed right through the process.
I'm not going to recommend land auction to anybody because then I'm going to give all the good deals away.
Visit landauction.com to see our auction calendar. Get ready to reserve your seat and come to the public land auction right in your city. It's free. It's fun. It's like nothing else.
Landauction.com.
All right, everybody. You guys heard me talk about landauction.com. Some of you may have never seen the infomercial. Actually, that's part of an infomercial that they used to run on late night. I can't remember if they were an hour or 40 or 30 minutes, but generally after every, 5 to 10 minute mark, they would run that little tape and it would just replay around. And so that's the funniest thing. I'll give you guys a story. Here goes a story I've told before. So you guys know I used to play poker, and while I'm playing poker, I was also doing landauction.com as well. I could go do my stuff there. So one of the guys I play poker with that I would see in Vegas or wherever we're at around in tournaments or even cash games, we're sitting there talking. I was telling him about land auction. He lives in Texas. And so I was telling him, I said, yeah, man, I go to land auction. I do all this stuff. So I didn't see him for about 6 months. I go back out to Vegas during the World Series of Poker. I run into him and he goes, man, you're not lying, are you? I saw you on the infomercial. And I was like, what infomercial? He goes, I saw you on the landauction.com infomercial. I didn't even know I was in the infomercial because I never saw the infomercial. So next time I went to Land Auction, I asked them for the infomercial and they gave it to me. So I actually have it. Unfortunately, the infomercial is on studio, TV station, whatever their tape is. It's not the tape that's at your house. It's not a VCR tape. It's the one that they put the cartridges in and only at the studio can play it. So unfortunately, I don't know if you guys will ever see the commercial or the infomercial. I'll be able to show it one of these days. But that's how it all came about. And the second part to this story is this is a infomercial. This commercial is the commercial for landauction.com, probably, I don't know, 3-4 years after they first kind of started. Now I go talk to landauction.com after I find out I'm in the infomercial. And the lady who starts, like I said, I was VIP. They would fly me to wherever I wanted to go. So me and the wife, they would fly. And they would give me a hotel too, by the way. Forgot about all that. And even give me some money. It was crazy. That's how many properties I would buy. But the fact of the matter is, while I'm sitting there in Miami, because they had a land auction in Miami, and while I'm sitting there, I'm talking to the girl that does the infomercials. I've seen her several times, except I didn't know they were actually doing all these infomercials all over the country. And she proceeds to tell me, hey, do you know you're in our very first infomercial? It's not this one that you guys have seen. It's another one. And they actually did stop me on my way out to the first land auction that I went to. And it actually was the studio setup right outside at the Sheraton by Universal Studios. They had an auction at the conference room. And I'm leaving after I bought a couple of properties. And they said, hey, do you want to stand over here and talk in the camera and tell them how your experience went? And I did. And she goes, yeah, you're in our very first infomercial. So I have that too, but never seen it. So actually, it's pretty funny. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. I'm in actually 2 or 3 of the land auction infomercials back in the day. Just so you know, I went to when we had, can't remember what I was doing. But anyhow, I was over in Santa Rosa. He ran into me and he goes, man, you weren't lying about this real estate stuff, were you? I said, man, why do I have to lie? He goes, I saw you on late night TV. I was like, yeah, that was me. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get it. Let's get it. Many minority people get the janitor contracts because it's just service. My uncle got it in Delaware and a few friends in the ATL. It's just labor, work, service. Yep. Those contracts are always nice, 2 to 5 years. Love the land auction. Nobody knows when that land will rapidly appreciate. You can look at city plans or attend meetings, but you need a clear strategy. That is correct. If you're going to mess around with land, ladies and gentlemen, now's almost the time. When home prices go down, that's when you go buy land. Now, there is no longer landauction.com, but I suspect landauction.com is discount lots inventory. They look exactly the same. So it looks exactly the same. So again, let's go I've showed this before. Strategies, ladies and gentlemen, it all depends. You didn't want to buy lots last year. You don't want to buy lots this year. You want to wait for home prices to drop so then you can buy these lots for 50% off. You guys know I used to live in El Dorado Hills, California. They used to have lots out there for $250,000. You could have probably gotten one like 5 or 6 or 7 years ago for 200 grand, 225, 250. Whether it's inside the golf course section or inside my section, either way, you could have gotten it. I looked just the other day because home prices went up 20 or roughly 40%. Those same lots are now selling for $600,000. Unbelievable. So all I'm saying is those $600,000 lots, once the prices for homes come back down, they won't be selling for $600,000. They could be well back to $300,000, $400,000, $250,000. So timing matters. This is part of the strategy. And Curtis Davis, Mr. Financial, he just mentioned the strategy in itself, because this is the strategy. You need to know where the city's going. So if you're going to buy acreage, let's say 20 acres, 5 acres, 10 acres, 3 acres, whatever the case may be, if you're going to buy acreage outside of a city, is going to be cheap. But if you know that they're building subdivisions that's coming, let's just say less than a half a mile away from where that acreage is in about 3 years, then you should be like, okay, I need to get this now. All right? Because you need to figure out, is it on a road? Does it have electricity to it? Does it have water, sewer? You need to know. You need to know who's going to be building out there, because you'll be the beneficiary if they're going to build something like, let's say, an auto mall or some commercially zoned area. And then they're going to have to bring out the roads. They're going to have to bring out the electricity. They're going to be paying for it. You want to make sure you're right smack dab in the middle of this. Your property to appreciate. You might have to wait 3 years. You might have to wait 4 years. But if you can turn around and get something like what I'm about to show you right here, check this out. If you can get it with these type of ridiculous prices, look at this, 15% discount on all properties expires in 4 hours. Use code NEW15. All right, they're messing with this here. Okay, let's see, where are we at here? What's going on? Here we go. I'm missing this. Okay, search land for sale. The reason why, no credit check, no qualifying, no barriers to entry. This is how we do it here, ladies and gentlemen. This is the only way we can do it. So once this comes up, they say they have 300. Look at this. See, so this is what we're talking about here. Zoning R1, 1.5 acres, Jones, Georgia, wherever that is. All right. So again, that's $42,000, 1.5 acres. I don't know if that's a good deal or not. You have to do your own due diligence. Here goes rural agricultural RA3, 649. Again, this is only 0.7 acres. Rowan, North Carolina. None of this appealing. All right. They're zoning agriculture, 1 acre minimum, 10,500. Coconino, Arizona, 1.2 acres. That looks like electrical lines out back. But all I'm saying is this is 1 acre minimum. So you have opportunities galore. There's lines here, but it says zoning is E, a state zoning district. Oh, okay. Call your county, call your Florida. 1 acre. All right. Well, 1 acre is a pretty nice size, right? Cumberland, Tennessee. Again, all I want to illustrate, though, the most important part is, notice this is all land out here. All over. Tennessee, Florida, Colorado, all over the place. Minnesota. Now, let me go see a map, because look, they're even in California, but this looks like Northern California. Northern California, like Arcadia, Humboldt or something. Oh, here we are. Yes, it's these guys. That means they have some Clear Lake. Lake County, R1 residential. That looks familiar. Huh. Let me see. Let me see. Okay, that looks very familiar. I'm familiar with Lake County. 14,000 R1. R1. I'm going to tell you, this is interesting. R1, single family. Lake County. This is interesting. Butte County, out in the middle of nowhere. All of this stuff is in the middle of nowhere, Northern California, except for Lake County. That's around Clear Lake. You could find gyms at these locations. In fact, I'm going to click on this Lake County just to see. Let me pick one. One looks like it's across. It looks like it's on a hilltop. Let's go see here. So this is $179 per month. No payment. Okay. Zero. No buy now. 179 per month. You control it. Now, this is a 0.17 acre lot. Beautiful property. Interesting. Okay, I don't know what this is. Rendering. Okay, they're getting cute, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I'm just going to tell you right now, these streets, this is in Clear Lake itself. And I wouldn't recommend buying at Clear Lake itself. I'm just letting you know because that's where the streets are. And this is what it looks like. Homes are not that valuable, quite frankly, but you are by a lake. That's for sure. The lake used to be a lot better than what it is now. But there you go. It's going to be zoned like a weird zone. Oh, this is nice. Look how far the lake is away, which it's not really that far. All right. Don't pay any attention to this. Tatanka Land Mini Golf, 7 minutes from the property. Okay, that's cute. Here's the Walmart, 7 minutes from the property. That's because it's on the east side of the lake. But all I wanted to illustrate, no credit check, zero fees, no down payment. You're in $179 a month. If you had a plan for this property, now I will say I don't think it's worth $11.9, but if you had a plan, there you go. Now, some people may be going, Eric, wait. I mean, there's land everywhere, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. I'm going to show you guys something that what I'm about to show you, you can do everywhere. But this isn't coming up fast enough for me. All right, let's get out of this. Let's go back. I just want to show the states so everybody can see. It's just not California. It's in Arizona, as you know. It's in Colorado. It's in several locations where they have this. All right, Wyoming, even near Las Vegas. That's cute. Interesting. Oh, Pahrump. Okay, well, no surprise there. On the way back to Cali. Charleston, Mount Charleston. Let's say, all right, so there's some lots out here in the middle of nowhere. But again, this is MFS Monday Night Football canceled. Okay. Any status on SSN Nation meet and greet? Same dates, same date, same time, no updates. Updates are going to be coming by the 15th of this month. Just so you know, DJ Robbie D, thank you so much for mentioning that. Monday Night Football canceled. No word on his condition. CPR for 9 minutes. Oh, my God. Family is with him now at UC Medical Critical Condition, calling it night, guys. A little sad watching all this. Yes, Auntie Val. Wow. CPR for 9 minutes? That's not good. You guys, I grew up in the era where Hank Gathers collapsed at Loyola Marymount. He played basketball, and man, this is crazy. This is crazy. This is sad to hear. This is very sad to hear. In some cities, we're adding hotels because the city adding an entertainment district and amusement. Exactly. All assets during a 5 to 10 year period drop 30 to 60%. We've seen in stocks. We're waiting on real estate. There we go. That's it exactly. All right. So I just wanted to get out of that. Now, I want to show you guys something else. Um, I think it's still Brad Evans. Here's who I mentioned before. This is it right here, ladies and gentlemen. Let me show you something, just so you understand the power of loans. This is bradevans.com. This is who I used back in the day. He's in Northern California. Owner builders, easy, no qualified private money construction financing. Owner builders, start building your Northern California dream home today. Easy construction loans, owner builder loans, home completion loans, swinger bridge loans, home loans. He's been doing this a long time. A long time. All right. So if you have land, here's the beauty of this. When these land prices go down, this is for Northern. He doesn't do everywhere. I'm just, because I mentioned it before, this is who I used to use. I'll just tell you like it is. So I'll go back to when I was talking about the $600,000 lot in at El Dorado Hills. These are obviously, if a lot is 600,000, then the home is probably going to be worth more than $1 million when you build it, right? And that also means that if you build a home, that home is probably going to be worth $2 million, because if your lot is 600,000 and you build a home that's going to be probably 4,000 square feet, if you want it to be worth $2 million, now all of a sudden you're going to have to spend X amount per square foot to build this 4,000 square foot house. And I don't know what the rates are, but you could be talking about another $1 to build this house, right? So that's 1.6 into the house. So if I say, hey, Brad, I want to build a $1 million house and I have a $600,000 lot. Now, mind you, if it was free and clear, it's a lot better, but I won't need Brad in that case. But I can go to people and say, hey, I need my first draw monies. Will you guys give me a construction loan? And they'll say yes, as long as you use your $600,000 as collateral. And as long as we do our draws according to the schedule, because once it's complete, they know the house is going to be worth over $2 million. And they could easily put a lien up against the value of the property. So they're not really worried about that. But we get it. We win. We get to get our construction loan and we get the house built based on the lot. And we have hardly any money coming out of pocket. All right. Just letting you guys know, because you're 25%, 30% down, that's your lot. Even if you had to give them 40% down. So using your lot as collateral, you are already in. You've got your 40% down. You have your money to roll it into a conventional loan, all set. So this is why you try to buy land cheap as possible, because if it does explode, you can use your land as collateral to get yourself loaned, build the asset, and the asset you're building hopefully may not be just a home, but hopefully it'll be maybe multifamily, maybe something that's going to give you a generated return of revenue every month. So all I'm saying is pretty easy, and it's out there. He's not the only one, but he's been doing it for so long, because like I said, he's been doing this for over 20 years, just so you know. So he has all the connections that people want. Yeah, wow. Monday Night Football canceled. Exactly. Number 3, Buffalo. Yeah, exactly. Wow. Yeah, that's not a good sign, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully, I whenever somebody goes 9 minutes CPR, you guys don't know. As a kid, I was in the hospital. Like you guys know the story. I was in the hospital every week. I was a very sick kid. And whenever you saw somebody rushing in, and if they're not saying all clear in about less than 3 to 5 minutes, generally the repercussions from that means the person is going to be incapacitated if they're still alive, meaning something's going to happen to them. It's not a good thing. And that's what I always saw. And again, my dad was in the military. And the way they do military hospitals, even a kid, they didn't shield me. You know, people are sitting in hallways that are basically damn near just got out of surgery. They're talking. And that's where I got a lot of my information from. They'd be like, son, I got cancer. Don't smoke, whatever you do. They tell me all this stuff. Oh, I drink too much. My liver's coming out. All the stories they would tell me as they're on the gurneys and they're sitting there for a few seemingly minutes, but it's probably 30, 40 seconds. And they would say, hey, try to impart something for the kid. Let me tell them, don't do this bad stuff because you'll be in here in this situation. So you go through that for years. You see it more often. You're like, oh my God, I better listen to these people. So anyhow, 1 hour, 21 minutes in, we didn't get into the new strategies, still making money parts, but real estate investing is going to come into play in 2023. All right. No matter how you're going to slice it. If you're going to be proactive, if you haven't already invested in real estate. So some people have already invested in real estate. So some people may say, okay, I'm good. But for all those who have not, then your time is coming. You're going to have to start paying attention. If you haven't already, you should start right now. Start studying the area that you want to be in. Like, 100% true. So basically, you're a celebrity. I guess you could say that. So I got some credits, I guess, right? Some people say he's an actor. So, hey, we got some credits. It's pretty funny. Speaking of that, you know what? I need to get in some movies, right? Love the land auction. Nobody knows. We already went over that one. But again, when it comes to real estate, your opportunity is going to happen in the next 12 to 24 months. So just be patient. There's a lot of people right now chomping at the bit to buy homes. I don't get it. There's a lot of people here chomping at the bit to buy new homes. And I really don't get it. These new homes that they're building are literally damn near garbage. These things are not being built very well. Shout out to Mr. and Mrs. Cool because they actually live in a marketplace that had a whole bunch of building, and they know in their city, and I'm talking about Las Vegas, they know there's a lot of builders who built homes in the last 5 years, and they have the new owners even to this day trying to get things fixed. Foundations were messed up. Items are in walls. It's ridiculous. They're using these subcontractors who have no business being near the home, building them cheap as hell, and as soon as they move in, they have problems. Some people are moving in and the home is not even finished, and go figure how that works, and the builder won't come back to finish it. It's bad. This is going on all over the country. Now, you guys, I'm going to say something that most people may not agree with, but I'm just going to say it. You do realize custom homes, semi-custom homes built by a prominent developer are built very well, generally. Not this new custom home stuff. I'm not talking about this latest last 7-year, 5-year homes. I'm talking about 2003, 4, 5, 6, 7, somewhere in there. That home could be built better than what they're building homes right now. So don't sleep on a little bit older home that's built a lot better. Like in certain places, when you go down to Southeast, homes are built with bricks generally because of the weather. So you're going to have a 4-sided brick. That's built much better than any wooden home on the planet, right? So all these things, don't think a new home is the thing. I always look for homes that are 10, 12 years old, and they're basically a custom build, semi-custom build with a reputable developer or builder. even though you're going to pay a little bit more, it's worth it in the long run because you know the house is catered for custom, well-built homes. And there's other things with custom homes. So some of you live in custom homes or semi-custom or homes now, and you does your home actually have a system that moves air around, right? These little things that people don't pay attention to because you're like, okay, you either cut your air on or you cut your air off. But do you understand airflow actually helps your house breathe? Because this is how mold, mildews, things like this can set into corners and layers of a home because air doesn't move in every room. But if you have a little more upscale home, they have those blowers on, or they come on every now and then, because if you're gone for a month, if you're gone for a week, if you're gone for 2 months and no air is circulating in your home, you're going to have a problem later on. You're going to deteriorate. Your house is deteriorating. So little things like that they're going to put in a more expensive home that they may not have in an inexpensive home. These little things add up over time. So you might say, hey, how come these homes that are built like 25, 30 years ago look brand new? When you walk in, everything, there's hardly anything wrong with it, versus a home that was just built 5 years ago. There's a difference. There's a reason. So just think about quality matters, and it doesn't mean quality is because it was built last week. All right? That's not quality in reality. Know your builder, because people are going to be out here buying homes, and some of these homes are going to be worthless. Eric, can you give an update on cash flow NFT? Yes. Cash flow NFT. Speaking of that, cash flow NFT. Okay, cash flow NFT. The person claimed that when they made, a person did 1,035 that I illustrated. The 35 is based on the fee. So they sent something to PayPal saying that they didn't do it. So that was $1,000 that's now back out. So we're back to, I believe it's 1,000. I don't think it's 1,250. I should have done my homework over the last day or two, but I was working on some other things with SSN Lifestyle and some other stuff going on. But nonetheless, yeah, so we're going to be at either 1,000 away or 1,250 away right now. So it's all been updated. So we're at 3,750 because whatever happened, I said, hey, if they wanted a refund, I sent them back the refund because they did a PayPal chargeback. They didn't call. They just said they didn't do it. And I know that actually they probably did, and I didn't hear back from them. So I told them, I even gave them till today, even though I wasn't. I sent them another message today and said, hey, I'm going to let you know after they do the refund, you can't get back in. I said, because right now we're literally at the $5,000 level. And so now it's going to be open back up to somebody else. So I let her know. So all I'm saying is that's the way it goes. So we're not at the 5,000. We're at 3,750. That is the number. We're probably at 4,000. I got to recalculate and make sure I have it exactly right. But on the website, it says 3,750, but I think we're at 4,000. So nonetheless, that's how close we are. 262 NFTs are left with cash flow NFT. That's not relevant for what we're doing because it's not like we're buying 260 of them or 200 of them. So as long as there's one left, we're good. So we'll be good whenever we reach that 5,000 number. But yeah, so that's one of the drawbacks when you allow people to make payments using PayPal, using your debit, credit, and all that. Since you brought it up, I guess I'm going to have to play the video in case somebody doesn't know what I'm talking about. This is cash flow NFT. This is a NFT that's backed by real stores, backed by assets, and the assets of the company is an exchange, a crypto exchange. The assets are actually stores where people can walk in. The assets are ATM machines. The assets are point of sale machines. Assets such as insurance for homes. Miracle Home is what they're calling it for the landlord and tenant, where the landlord it has insurance for 2 years. It's a beautiful thing that their tenant is going to pay on time, and if they don't, the insurance company pays it. So that's beautiful. They're going to have a lending program, Miracle Deal. So any transactions from all of those I just mentioned is shared with NFT holders, and we can only have 1,488 in the UK. So that's United Kingdom and Europe, licensed and regulated. So I'm going to let you see this video right here. I basically have played it every live stream, but I'm going to keep playing it because this is powerful.
If there was a way you could have partnered with Elon Musk before Tesla, before the Model S, before SpaceX, and before Elon became the world's richest man, would you at least have wanted to know how? If there was a way you could have partnered with Jeff Bezos when he was planning Amazon.com and it could have made you a fortune, would you at least have wanted to know about it? Well, what if there was a fintech company today that is about to capture major market share worldwide, where millions of people will be using its breakthrough technology and you could make an absolute fortune? Would you at least want to know about it? At the same time that we are experiencing record inflation, gas prices through the roof and headed towards a recession, the move towards crypto adoption worldwide is picking up pace, and the evidence is all around us. Big names and big money players are jumping in the game like crazy. The Staples Center, where the LA Lakers play, is now the Crypto.com Center. The Super Bowl, the most expensive commercial time on television, featured 6 cryptocurrency ads. Tom Brady, Matt Damon, LeBron James, and Larry David all made appearances in them. Facebook changed its name from Facebook to Meta. The rapper Eminem bought a Bored Ape, an NFT, for $450,000. Warren Buffett invested over $1 billion in a Brazilian crypto bank. Coinbase bought Bitcoin Turkey for $3.2 billion. You know what they say, success leaves clues. Whenever there is economic change in the marketplace, there are economic winners and there are economic losers. It just depends on what side of the equation you end up on. They also say that timing is everything. How would you like to get in on the next big thing? Are you ready for a miracle? How would you like to own a piece of Miracle Cash and More? The first to market brick and mortar crypto stores, crypto on the street, with stores in every major city all over the world. Unlike the faceless online competitors that have no phone number to call, no physical address, and no one to talk to, Miracle Cash and More stores are fully regulated, licensed, and our wallets are insured by Fireblocks. At Miracle Cash and More, we own our own cryptocurrency exchange. We own our own stablecoin. We own our own ATMs. We own our own merchant terminals. And guess what? We get paid on every single transaction. The secret, if you want to call it a secret, is to get involved before the whole world knows about it. Position yourself in front of the masses before the masses react. Here's the current offering. There are only 1,488 shares of the Master Franchise Agreement for all of the United Kingdom. Each share is projected to profit over $100,000 in year 1, $200,000 in year 2, $400,000 in year 3, and $900,000 in year 4. We have an exit strategy that projects a payout of over $10 million per share. And what does that cost to you? A one and done payment of just $5,000. And of course, you can buy as many shares as are still available. Now the question is, do you at least want to know how? I sincerely hope so, because the best is yet to come.
That's what we're talking. And that is cash flow NFT. That's Miracle Cash and More. Is what they're referring to, is the company that's in the UK, that's in Spain, that's in France, that's in Amsterdam, Holland, that's in Germany, in Cyprus. Whoever has a UK NFT, you also get profits from 2 North Cyprus stores included into the stores for the UK NFT. If you'd like to be a part of it, it does cost $5,000, as you saw. Please use the Miracle Cash and More link down below. All right. That's all you have to think about if you want to go buy the NFT. Now, there is a second part to this. Let's say you don't have the $5,000, but you would like to get in. Well, the part to this is if you use the Miracle Cash and More link down below, that'll take you to the Cashflow NFT website where you buy the 5,000 NFT, or you can become a free affiliate. Now, by becoming a free affiliate, you refer other people and you receive 10% for everybody you refer. So if somebody buys the 5,000 NFT, you receive $500. You do that 10 times, not only do you have the $5,000, but you're now in the global marketing pool. And that's going to be anywhere from $1,000 to $3,000 per month. That's considered a 1-star. So actually, you can win 2 ways. The other thing is, if you don't want to do that, then we have our own, which is what Laverne Penix, Mr. Cool, is talking about. We have our own cash flow NFT business opportunity at SSN Lifestyle Fire for people who say, hey, I want to be in a group economic situation, so I'm going to contribute to that. And you can put in as low as $250 up to $1,000, $1,250. It has to be $250 increments. It's that simple. All right. So you can only pay, well, PayPal, as we mentioned, debit, credit, checking account through PayPal, or you can use USDT and pay with crypto. The link is down below that says Cash Flow NFT $5,000 business opportunity if you want to be in the group economic plan. Remember, when they kick out the commissions starting in March, and I'm going to give an example, if they send a check for $2,000 and you're in for $500, that's 10% of 5,000. So that means you will get 10% of the 2,000, which would be $200. Commissions are every month. So if the commission stayed that way every month, then $200 per month. It's probably going to go up though, because as they add more ATM machines, as they add more point of sale systems, as they get more people on the exchange, as more people come into the stores, and as they add more stores, all of a sudden, you're going to have a rise in revenue, rise in profits. So your profits are probably going to increase over time. Now, he likes that South African accent. Yeah. AB Refrigeration says, how long does the payout last? This is the beauty of it. Short-term AB Refrigeration, Heating, and Cooling. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. Here's the thing. It's beautiful. They have a 4 to 5 year exit plan. At the end of 4 years, they're looking to exit. They have everything set up where they have a holding company, like it should be. Then they have subsidiaries below for each country, the UK, France, Cyprus, Spain, Germany, and so on. They have it all structured so everything's under one umbrella, so that way they can sell everything. It's beautiful. So that's their plan. 4 years. So we're going to be receiving commissions for 3.5, 4 years. At the end of that time, they're looking for an exit, whether that's going to be $200 million, $500 million, $1 trillion, whatever the case may be. All NFT holders will share. It doesn't matter where you're from, whether you're from France, whether you're from Germany, whether you're from UK, all NFT holders are going to get a share of the exit strategy. According to their pro forma numbers, and I think they're quite conservative myself because they're basing it on $200 million, I believe is their number. 220 or something like this, I think is their number. Or was it 200 billion? I don't know what the number is. I think it's billion, not millions. Because the reason why I'm saying it's billions is because First Data, who actually does the transactions for ATM machines, they're worth about $20 billion. They're doing ATM machines in each country. So they're going to be the equivalent of almost a transaction processing of a First Data for POS systems, point of sale systems, merchant accounts, things like that. So it's going to be $200 billion, I believe, is their number, their pro forma numbers. That means if that actually happened, that would be $12 million per NFT holder. Just so you know. All right. And not just UK. I'm talking about if you own an NFT in Spain, that would be good. In France, Germany, or even another one that's coming out, and I think it's a 3-country one they're going to have. That's what it's going to be. Potentially 7-8 figures. So, but if it happens, we don't know, but they're off to a good start. So that's their plan. I'm not mad at them. 5-year exit strategy, 4-year exit strategy. And I'm going to tell you right now, this is just a pro forma. This is just my opinion. This has nothing to do with anything. If they reach their goals that they're talking about, where they actually have multiple stores in each country in the Eurozone, it's going to actually be worth more than 200 billion. It's going to be worth like $1 trillion. It's not going to be 200 million. The reason why I'm saying this is they have insurance products. The insurance product where the rental landlord can rent to people and it's guaranteed by Lloyd's of London. First of all, that takes away liabilities for landlords. So there's going to be millions of people from each country who's going to get this product. 50% of the rent is how much it costs to get this product. Whether the tenant pays it or the landlord pays it doesn't matter to Miracle Cash anymore. When you start adding millions of people with a 2-year lease, 2-year agreement for this, at the end of 2 years, you got renewals. Imagine if you have 20 million landlords or tenants, landlord-tenant relationships, and the going rate is what? $1,000? I mean, this gets up there. So their number of 200 billion, I believe it was, I think it's underestimating. If you have 1,000 ATM machines out there, 5,000, 10,000, 15, 20,000 ATMs in Europe, and you're getting whatever the transaction fee per day, this starts adding up in hundreds of millions of dollars territory. So these guys are going to be making billions of dollars per year in revenues. That translates into $1 trillion, in my opinion, because I think they're going to get $100 billion. So that means we're going to be at $1 trillion. I just can't see it. Even if they got to 75, they're still going to be at $1 trillion. Each pocket of their business should be worth 20 billion, 15 billion, 10 billion, 7 different ways of making money. And if each one of those are 7 billion, 10 billion, 20 billion together, they're going to be able to sell this stuff for over $1 trillion. Or it'll be in that ballpark is all I'm saying. I think they're lowballing it if they're able to pull this off. So anyhow, hopefully that answers your question here. This is where it's going to be. That's where it is. I love this. Debtbox Node, I'm a little upset at, quite frankly. They're they're no longer part of the #1 club for best business opportunity. the best business opportunity. No, AB refrigeration, heating and cooling. I'm still deciding if I'm going to put in the full 5 for that. No, just in the pool myself as well. But I've been thinking about doing another 5K. I haven't put in 5K. I haven't bought one myself. I'm in the pool myself, but I've been thinking about it to go a full 5K and get an NFT. But I would have missed out on the promotion, so hopefully they'll have another promotion. But anyhow, because you could have bought 2 NFTs and got one free, but that's 10K. So who wants to spend 10K? Because the bottom line is leverage. If you think like I think that they're gonna have 7, 8 figures is what an NFT is gonna be, right? So at the end of this, if we have like 6, 7 people and it ends up being $12 million as their pro forma shows, that means everybody has $2 million. Well, some people have a little more, but average wise, it would be $2 million. Some people have 10%. So, that'll be 1.2. Some people have 20%. So that'd be 2.4, something like that. So it'll vary. But the point I'm trying to make is if they reach their pro forma numbers, everybody's a millionaire, right? If they actually go above their pro forma numbers, everybody's a millionaire. But now you have, instead of 7 digits, you're going to have 8. So that's the beauty of this. So there's no reason to actually go crazy, in fact, because everything's a risk. So again, 2 million, 5 million, 10 million, it's all relative, but generally you can do the same thing with any one of those. All right. But no, I haven't. You can, if you like, do your own due diligence. Again, the link down below, if you want to buy the NFT, 5,000 NFT, is Miracle Cash and More. If you want to join us in our group opportunity, then you go and use the cash flow NFT $5,000 business opportunity. All right. There's limited room left. And quite frankly, I like this a lot. I do like it a lot. And I will say, Debtbox Node, I had ranked number 1 alongside of the cash flow NFT opportunity. The reason why I'm going to have to make them drop down to number 2, because it's a new year. These guys all of a sudden starting to get greedy. I don't like what they're doing. The mining. So first of all, if you're with IX Global is where you have to sign up. So either you pay a monthly fee to be a member of IX Global, and that's just a small monthly fee, or you pay a monthly fee so then you can refer other people. They have 2 different actually more than 2. They have 2 types of memberships. One where you can refer other people and receive residual or commission, and one where you don't have a link and you won't receive any commission. That's fine. But now they turned it into where they are charging to host your license, your nodes for the mining. And sure, if you have 1, it's like $10. If you have 2, it's like 15, I think. But if you had, like some people, 10 licenses, 20 licenses, they're charging $750. 1,000 actually now. It was $750. Now it's 1,000. I'm just like, this is kind of crazy, because the mining part was supposed to be mining based on an ecosystem, and now they're acting just like a network market type company where they're nickel and diming, adding these other fees. And I'm sitting there going, well, wait a minute, you pay a monthly fee anyway, so why are you charging? And now there's a situation where when you start paying these fees, all of a sudden you start looking at, wait a minute, how much am I getting return on this? And the returns aren't worth, well, from what I'm seeing, they're not really worth what they're asking. When you say I'm telling somebody to pay $750, well, $1,000, I'm like, okay, that's nice, but that's $1,000 out of your pocket. This was supposed to be a set it and forget it type of thing. Now I'm being nickel and dime with some other fees, and I'm like, okay, if you throw down another fee, I'm really not going to be happy. Cash flow NFT, no fees. No monthly dues, no nothing. It's a one-time NFT buy, done. Let them go handle their business. Send us our commissions. That's what it was supposed to be about with Debtbox. But no, they figured all these thousands of people bought these licenses. Now they're like, hey, wait a minute. What if we added like $300 here, $10 there, $1,000 here? Wow, that's millions of dollars if we have 5,000 people spending $1,000. Sheesh. Every month, every year, start adding up. I don't like that. It sounds too good to be true. Amen. Actually, no, you have to pay attention. Here you go. I'm gonna actually do this. You know what? Let me see if I can find. It's 1 hour, 51 minutes in. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play something here.
Come on, come on.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, there we go. 1 hour, 55 minutes in. Please smash the like button if you like what we're talking about. Please subscribe to the channel. Click the all notification bell. That would be greatly appreciated. And share the videos because you never know who you're going to be able to help. We're still got to be making money. Now, I have to get into it sounds too good to be true. Well, it all depends on your perspective. Everything sounds too good to be true whenever you're thinking about investing into something, whenever you're about to depart with your money. So when somebody says, hey, I'm going to buy this apartment complex, it's going to make $50,000 in profit per year. This is all the money I need right here for it. You still start thinking in the back of your head, okay, something could go wrong. Will I really make this same amount that he's making? But it's a different scenario. It's a building. It's actually people are more comfortable with that. The crypto brand has taken a beating over the last 2 years. Well, basically last year and a half, year and 2 or 3 months. Big time beating, bear market. Crypto for itself, people aren't warm and fuzzy about that. So therefore, anything that sounds like it's too good to be true in the crypto space, it has been. Even Bored Apes are losing value. All right. Everything in crypto loses value. The difference with Miracle Cash and More and Debtbox nodes are these businesses are real. They're operating right now. That's the difference. I'm going to try and play a video. I don't know if this actually shows the stores. It's 5 minutes, but I'll see what it is and then we'll go from there. But they have stores already in Cyprus, in Germany, Amsterdam. They have their lease in Spain. They have their lease in the UK. And they have their lease in France. So stores are going to be opening in all those countries and even the UK in the next 30 days, I believe. So they're already operating stores. One of the stores already has $200,000 in profit 1 month. I believe that was the month of November. That is crazy. That's in Cyprus, I believe. 200,000 in profit. That is significant. And in the Cyprus area, the reason why this is even more interesting is they came up with new laws that started January 1st. So all the companies that are existing in Cyprus that was dealing with crypto, they now have to be under that law. And if they're not, they're bye-bye. That means more customers for Miracle Cash and More. So it's going to be very interesting. Let's see what this video is here. I didn't mark it right, but let's see. I got it marked as like their store locations, but this might be when they did their grand opening. But we cannot play because even that little bit probably has a copyright. Yeah. Laverne Penix, I agree with you 110%. That's what I'm saying. The hosting fee, first of all, Laverne Penix, you understand the $750 is only for those people that have, 15 or 20 nodes or licenses. If you want to do a license, if you only have, well, you have 3. So what are we talking about? I think it's like $25, I think, something like that. If you just want to do your 3, if you want to add more, I think it's more than 5, then it starts escalating even more. But yeah, I don't like those fees, especially since the pricing, it's not dictating. We're only at around, what is it, $4 a day, $120 per month. So I'm sitting here spending $120 just on a membership fee. I'm sitting here now going to have to spend another $10 for the one license. If we get a second one, or I get a second one, then now I'm gonna have to pay another add up to $25, I think. So now we're at $150, but yet we're only getting like $120, not even that right now at today's price for our mining. So it's a negative. That's not a good thing. I'm not liking this. Let me know what you know, because everybody is still uninformed as to what's going to happen with this license or hosting fee. You can host it for free by using one of their boxes. That's an option, But there's one little problem. If your box or your internet goes out at your house, that stops mining then. So I don't feel comfortable, even though it's free. I'm just like, hey, if electricity goes out, which is known to happen in the wintertime in some cities, even though it might only be for an hour or two or three, but that means you're not mining that whole time. So it only makes sense to do a cloud situation where it's up 24/7 and you know for sure. That's what I don't like about this. They're going, oh, you can use this free box. And I'm just like, well, wait, what if my Wi-Fi goes down? I mean, I've had Wi-Fi in several homes, and during the course of a year, due to upgrades, due to power outage, due to whatever, there could be a day that I'm not mining for 3, 4, 5 hours, 12 hours, 8 hours, or a storm hits. It could be overnight. I mean, so that's the risk you would be taking for mining, or if your computers mess up or router messes up. I mean, I don't like it at all. There shouldn't be any fee. That's all I know. And the fact that they did do that, like I said, they're no longer tied with cash flow NFT as the number one business opportunity. That's not working for me. That they just get they didn't drop down the list. That's not cool at all. So anyhow, AB, I can't play that video because that's actually showing that video. Definitely, I can't play it. I'll just put it that way. It's a copyright strike. I wouldn't be surprised at 20 seconds because of the person that made that song. And quite frankly, I was trying to see if I had the one where he's standing outside the stores, but it doesn't appear I have that. But let me do it this way. I'm going to bring up another one where it's too big, can't play it. Yeah, so I don't know where the one is that I have with Micah on it, where he's standing in front of the Cypress stores. But these places are actually up in risk. So when you say high risk, I don't look at it that way because they actually have stores. It's no joke. They have stores. So, oh, here we go, right here. Famagusta. Check this out. I don't think he has that music on there. At least I hope he doesn't. So here's a store that they have taken over. This was from like 3 weeks ago. And the store, they actually probably the opening must be sometime in the next 2 weeks, if not already. We'll get some updates probably sometime in the next 7 to 10 days. But here's one of the stores in Cyprus that they have put together. So again, when you say high risk, I say not so high risk because I know these guys are licensed and regulated, and I know it's backed by the NFT is backed by these stores and business. So I think that's very, very powerful. Now we're 2 hours in. In the new year, I don't plan on doing 3 hours, but you guys know how this goes. You never know what the subject matter will go to. So tonight, I'm trying to get to this Famagusta Cyprus store location that they took over, and I'll play the video so you can hear directly from Micah when he's talking about it. So everyone who may be interested in the cash flow, you'll see there. This is going with or without you. It's moving, and quite frankly, somebody already came to them and said, "Hey, we want to give you X amount of money." Because of that, the NFT holders or the NFT program was based on helping the company grow. But now somebody says, hey, I'll give you X amount of dollars. Very, very interesting. I knew this was going to happen. No shocker, because I'm telling you, with what their programs are, I'm thinking trillions of dollars. I think somebody's going to give them $1 trillion. It's in the finance field. It's in the field of transactions. So it's just a matter of the more customers using your services, the more revenues you have coming in. Similar to Visa, MasterCard, credit cards. They have millions of users. They make profits all the time from every transaction. Every day they have new customers. That means their revenues are going to continue to climb. All right, check this one out right here.
So right now, I'm standing in front of a future location for Miracle Cash and More. The city that I'm in is called Magoza, which is on the east side of the Cyprus Island. This town is known for its large student population because the largest university in Cyprus is right down the street from this location. The street is full of restaurants, bars, and retail shopping. It's very busy, foot traffic, and very busy car traffic coming through here. Now this location will have two exchanges. It will have one crypto exchange on one side, and on the other side it will have a currency exchange. Now this location is part of the stores that will pay out to the Spain NFT. It's 50% of the profits from the store is going to pay out to the Spain NFT. Now listen to this. Now 50% goes to the Spain NFTs, right? Now, Hakan, from estimates of what business they did here before, is expecting to do a minimum of $20,000 today in profits. Take that times 30 days, you have $600,000 a month in profits. Now 50% of that pays out again to the Spain NFT. Now, what's interesting about this, right now, we're getting close to the elections in December. Once the elections have finished, then the new regulations will go into effect. Now, the way that Hakan built this company was so that the company, again, would be compliant and would be suitable for any place with regulations. And because Cyprus, up until this point, haven't been regulated, there's over 100 crypto stores throughout this island that have been sharing the revenue from all the business that's here. The problem with the stores are they do not have the company set up to pass the regulations which will go into effect in December. All of the customers that are going to those stores will therefore have to go through Miracle. How will that happen? Either the stores will just close, or they will have to come to Miracle and get a license and operate with our system. So all of the business in the entirety of this country will happen and go through Miracle. Now, what does that mean for this shop? Well, if it's $20,000 when we're splitting and we're taking about 10 or 15% of the business, and that goes to 100% of the business, that $20,000 will also increase dramatically. Again, 50% of the profits from this store goes to the Spain NFT. So I want to say congratulations for you who have at least one Spain NFT, but really congratulations to you who have several, because this one shop alone is good money. Now, the second thing I want you guys to consider, I've just shared with you some numbers from one store in North Cyprus. Imagine what the Spain NFT is worth when you're talking about in the entire country of Spain. So it's starting to get exciting, folks. I think we've turned a corner. So congratulations to everyone for hanging in there. And again, my name is Micah. Thanks a lot.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, look at this right here. Not only is that store, Famagusta, going to go to 50% profits going to the Spain NFT, there's two stores also in North Cyprus. There's 3 total that they're going to have in the next 30 days. 2 stores, UK members who have NFTs get 50% of the profits from the other 2 stores that's on Cyprus. One's open right now, in fact, and actually there should be 2 open, but I don't know. Maybe they'll probably tell us in the next day or 2. I can always hit Mike up, but I just let him do his thing. But nonetheless, just letting you know, all UK holders, you get 50% profit from 2 stores in North Cyprus. Not that store, but like I said, they have 2 more. They have 3 stores all total already under lease. One of them's open. I should have the video of that one of these days. All right. So I'm excited about this one. So it's going to stay at number one. This is what I was referring to. If you sell or refer 10 people, you get one share. I've been using each share paid monthly in the global pool 1,000 to 3,000 because I don't know what it's going to be. But this is a guesstimate. And if you own 3 shares, how do you get 3 shares? Well, that's very hard because it turns into a networking type of thing. If you refer 10 people that buys the NFT, you get to be 1 star. If you refer somebody and then they refer 10 people, that's how you get to 2 stars. So it's almost like a networking type of thing. And then you can see 3 shares. And if it gives 1,000 to 3,000, 3 shares starts being life-changing, altering money, especially if it reaches $9,000 per month. You make $100,000 a year. That just off of that, never mind what the NFT is, that's pretty powerful. So just think of that as another opportunity. All right. So just giving you guys all these opportunities. Also, SSN Lifestyle. You guys are familiar with seeing these products. The products still exist, but change, going to some nicer bottles. Yes, nicer glass bottles. Upscale. SSN Lifestyle. We're upscaling them. So now new bottles coming out in the next 2 weeks. Labels are going to be similar because the bottles are slimmer. They're taller, slimmer, but look nicer. So just like they should be, a little bit not just ordinary. So when people see these, they're glass, they're open, and it's pretty cool. All right. So that's what's coming out as well for SSN Lifestyle, which we're going to be talking about that more often in 2023 because now SSN Lifestyle Founders Club members, buckle up because at the end of this year, you're going to be eligible to use your week at 3 or 4 different locations. Now, it doesn't include your airfare or any other things, but it'll include your full week of lodging. So you'll have a few spots to choose from in the second half of 2023 because even the panorama is not finished. None of the projects are finished. The condos at Primavera, none of those, but hopefully, even if they're not, this year you'll have a choice because maybe I'll move it. It's in the Panorama family, so maybe we'll move it to Panorama if you want to stay in a week at Panorama Lake, which is actually going to be done in the next 3 or 4 months. They'll start moving people into some of those units. So again, you'll have your Vista Cana where you can stay there for a week, or you can stay inside Primavera 2 for a week. All right. Same thing that we talked about, or you'll have some other choices. If you wanted to go, Orlando, Hawaii, Las Vegas, some other locations, Mexico, but it'll be the second half. So SSN Lifestyle Founders Club members, you guys know you got your week a year for life. So that's kicking in. And back to DJ Bobby D's SSN Lifestyle, April 12th through the 16th, party and conference. Get your tickets. They have escalated. They're going to escalate. I don't even know what the price is right now, 175, 200. They're going to go up at the end of January, well, probably January 15th, actually. And we're going to have Sean Rayford's going to be there, which plays saxophone. We still haven't got the lineup yet, who's all going to be there, but it won't be disappointing. All right. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't get into a lot of strategies and we didn't get into the new businesses, but come back on Wednesday night. We have more to discuss. Bring friends with you because this right here is going to be the wealth transfer has already started. And again, the people that was doing the wealth transfer 2 years ago who got in early with the pre-construction, no matter where you are in the world, whether you did it in Costa Rica, whether you did it in Dominican Republic, Does not matter whether you did it in Miami. Congratulations. All properties that you have bought are now up in value. So therefore, you're not going to lose. We got to love it, right? Now, we're just waiting for when they finish, and we're going to find out how big did we win, right? That's the question. Is it 50,000? Is it 100,000? Is it 200,000? All right. Is it 150,000? We're not going to be greedy, right? If somebody told you, hey, that property you bought is worth $50,000 or $60,000 more, you're going to be kind of happy. If they said 100,000 more, now you're going to start thinking, well, wait a minute, can I refi this thing eventually and take out like $40,000, $50,000 and get me something else? Yes, you can. And keep going, right? It's a beautiful thing. It's not too late yet. The prices in any of the pre-construction zones, it's still not going to be too late. The prices are higher than they were before, granted. But at the same time, it's not like things are triple. It's not like something that was 100,000 is now worth 300. It's not that. Something that's 100,000 is now worth 150 to 200. That's pretty much true. But even at 150 to 200, even if you rent for $100 per night, you still win. You're still going to get your 10 to 15% return annually on your money or more. Because again, as more people come, you get to increase your interest or your rental rates. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap this up tonight. I got into the cash flow a little bit, and I just wanted to let you guys know they have stores. This is actually going down. This is not something that's normally like an NFT that has been in the past with the crypto. Oh, buy this NFT. Oh, and speaking, I got to talk about some L's. We took some L's. The neighbor NFT game thing, play to earn, L's. The CEO or whoever ran off. Yep, gone. The passive income, I can't remember the name of it as well. The passive income, why can't I remember the name? It's passive whatever. But anyhow, the 1% per day passive, not happening. It's 0.001 cent or something like that right now. Done. Not done, but all I'm saying is for all intents and purposes, done. That's another L. The I'm trying to think of all the my EasyTron bot, seemingly another high risk, high reward L. Let's see, a lot of projects, the DAOs, the strong blocks, L's, Wonderland, L, Klima, L, all L's across the board. Drip, L, everything's an L. So therefore, no more high risk, high rewards, as I mentioned last month, 2 months ago. Everything has to be backed by real businesses, real assets, something that is not just crypto, not just a picture, not just some game you're going to try and make, not some crazy nonsense. Powerful Dragons, well, not an L yet. They're still just sold their 2000th dragon. So they're still trying to do their play to earn game. I don't know if they're what's happening. It's still rolling, but hey, that may be one of the bright spots out of all the L's. But now we're back to business. We can't afford to risk high rewards, right? We have to go with something that's at least seemingly solid. No high risk. So therefore, that's why Debtbox Node was of great consequence, saying, hey, they're backed by natural gas, gold, oil, silver, and a scanner system for technology and agriculture and all that. But now they added on some fees, but we'll see how this all plays out. But all I'm saying is this is what we're doing, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to keep going with real estate. We're going to talk about that, whether it's multifamily, whether it's personal, right? I have to say, buy a home. That's the mantra, 2023, second half, after July. That's going to start being the sweet spot until the middle of 2024, because they're going to start decreasing the interest rates later this year, I believe. All right. So just keep those things in mind. You have a way to win. I talked about the lots earlier. I've talked about lots before. Just sit there and relax on the lots. No reason, unless it's something that you know is valuable. Then I would get it, especially with no credit check, no qualifying, no barriers to entry. But again, you might as well just wait. Prices will come down along with the housing prices. So these things all matter. And the stocks, look, get your dividend stocks now while you can. Get the 18%, get the 17%, get the 15%. Yes, it might be a little risk, but I would take that risk. I am taking that risk. PSEC is about 10%. P is in Paul, S is in Sam, E is in Eric, C is in Charles. One of my favorite ones. That's back over 10%. JEPI is one of my favorite ones, which is JP Morgan fund. I love it. 12%. I love it. Safe. These are kind of safe. And then we go with the high risk ones. ORC, Lumen, LUMN. Lumen gives $1 per share annually. Their shares are only $5.22, which makes that 19% return. So if Lumen continues to give out that $1 per year, you're earning damn near 20% return on your investment, because if you reinvest, you're going to automatically get yourself into another share. So therefore, at no additional cost. So your rate of return will actually increase. The slow road to China is the wealthy road. You don't have to always make money quick. Sometimes you can wait 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, 10 years, and then open up your vault and be like, wow, I didn't realize that was making that much money. But 20% is significant. 16%, 15% with IEP, the Icon Group. I'm going to keep saying this while the prices are low. Just like when Exxon 2 years ago, XOM was like 10, 11%. And people were like, wow, he's saying buy Exxon. Now look at Exxon. The price went out the charts, and yet they're only giving like 3% right now. But everybody who has XOM is in double digits, 10, 11%. So I'm just saying, this is the opportunity that you have once again before you. You just have about 10 companies that you can invest in that gives you double digits. And you combine those, and the next thing you know, you're doing 14%, 15%, 16% potentially annually on money that you invested right now, and it just grows. The stock might not grow, but you are actually growing by creating additional stock if you reinvest. But you don't reinvest using your own money. You're just reinvesting the dividends. So there's ways you can do this. So keep that up. Now we're going to get out of here. 2 hours, 24 minutes. So thank you so much for being here, everybody. And please share the videos. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. And I know it's hard out here, and that's why we continue to go, still making money. There's rumors out here where people are going, yeah, the Airbnb is falling apart. It is falling apart because I just got what came on my Airbnb. I had to register at, it must be San Bernardino. Yes, Lake Arrowhead, Big Bear. I have some property up there that I have on the Airbnb. They sent me a thing saying, hey, you got to register with San Bernardino. So that means now another jurisdiction is making owners that do Airbnb, they're trying to get additional licenses, additional taxes, all this stuff. And so now it's changing the landscape where not that many people might be using Airbnb, but there's still people that are using it. But it seems that there's not enough customers, demand. Things have changed. So a lot of people are getting out of the business. They took high risks when they were out there renting homes, subleasing apartments, doing all this crazy stuff is coming to an end. So there's this Airbnb, people are selling their homes or condos or whatever and getting out of the game. So again, we put you in position when you do no qualifying, no credit check pre-construction in high demand areas for short-term rentals. That is already catered for Airbnb. All right. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get out of here tonight. Thank you so much for being here. See you on Wednesday night, hopefully at 8:50 p.m. I love you guys. Thank you so much. If you ever want to discuss a topic like that SBA money funding, we can. But any topic you would like, hey, you can always make comments here, or you can send me an email at support@stopstrugglingnow, and I'll discuss it. And anything else you want to do. Everybody that has the icon next to your name, if you ever want to join me on screen, you guys know under the community tab, there's an invite link. You can always not be on screen. If you don't want to be, you can put an icon on here. So if you want to talk about something live and want to be hidden, don't want to show your face, that's fine. You can just put where the video doesn't show, your camera's not on, and then it'll put up an automatic avatar for you. All right. So just keep all that in mind. And I'll see you on Wednesday night, everybody. Thank you so much for your support. I appreciate that. And share and let other people know that they do have a way out. There's opportunities out here that they don't need 20 grand, 10 grand, 5 grand, no grands. All right. There's opportunities that can get them to the promised land if they put a little bit of money in certain locations. That's all that's needed right now. Don't have to hit home runs. All we need is just singles. All right. Keep hitting singles. We're going to keep scoring. That's all you have to remember. And with all that said, keep your head up, keep moving, and I'm out.